Hello guys and welcome back to today's stream. Today we've got two videos. I did already finish the sketching part of this now guys, and I did that earlier on for about 10 minutes ago in fact. Took myself a quick break and now we're back. I've got myself coffee, it's all here ready, so keep me going, keep me pumping. Get that heart pumping and get going, because it's now time to ink the video. It's time for the inking video, as normally we sketch on a Monday, but this week I had a bit of trouble getting live on Monday. So what I've done is today on Tuesday, instead of doing the inking, just the inking video on Tuesday, I've done the sketching, which you can see here, and now we're going to be going into the part where it's the more tricky part, where you've got the inking, because once you put the inking down, there is no changing it. So I was kind of like, when I was quickly off there, I did a few more sketch lines and put a few more lines here and there, just to sort of make it look a little bit more. I'm going to leave a lot of that shading in because it does give a tone to the face. And what I'm going to do is now use my favorite pen, which is a 7.0 inking pen, which is just pure ink. I might use a Sketchy, no, that's the wrong one. What is it called? Sharpie, if I can find it, to put deeper lines, darker lines for the out shading. But what I normally do, guys, is I leave the shading in there, and then I use my Copic marker brush pens, or I'll use my felt tip Copic markers with the inking in there. I do that. I'll probably get around to doing that tomorrow, because I don't think I'm going to have time to finish the whole thing today. But then we're back onto the routine anyway, because yesterday should have been the sketching. Today is going to be the inking, and tomorrow will be the colouring in of this piece. And then Thursday and Friday, we'll digitize this one, take it over to the Critter file. Again, that app is completely free. If you haven't checked it out, guys, then don't check some of those videos out. Tell me what you think, and ask me if you would like it. Again, the app is free, but we're not doing that today. We're going to be doing the inking, and I'm live right now, guys. So if you would like to leave a message, you can do by hitting that live comment section in the comment section, or if you're watching back, scroll all the way to the bottom and tell me what you think of the sketch so far. And I'm going to be inking. I'm also going to be listening to Comic Story, like I normally do, in the background, to sort of give me something to listen to while there is dead air and I'm not actually doing any talking, because what I found is if I try and talk, I tend to take a lot longer drawing. I will occasionally stop and say this, that, and the other things, but I kind of did that in the last video. So I'm going to be continuing on with this one and getting it done today, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy the sketching video. That was actually more easier than I thought it'd be. I thought I'd have a lot of trouble sort of getting it done. But this isn't looking too bad. I've changed the hair a little bit. Changed the eye a little bit. And the nose is looking okay. The face is looking a bit too long, but I don't think it looks too bad. But again, guys, I really would appreciate you telling me what you think of this. As it's good, this is the new theme for this month, as February is now in effect. Every month I have a different theme. Last month was mutant animals. If you didn't check it out, guys, we had a combination of 3 animals for all those 4 weeks of that January month. But I want to do something into 2s, because we're going to count down to April. Because in April, I've got something planned. But I'm not going to let you know until April, guys. So keep tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. And my name is Blut084, BLUT084. Art and games here every day on YouTube. Occasionally on Mixer, but every day and night over on Instagram. You can leave me a message over on Instagram. I have posted this. If you want to leave a message on that one, feel free to do so. But I would prefer, guys, if you would leave some messages on this stream, just so I know that what think it is, because I would like to know what people think. But yeah, let's get going and get inking.
Welcome to the Comics Experiment, the show right here at Comic Storian, where every week I get myself some interesting guests and we discuss something involving comic books, from theories to making fun of lists to doing all kinds of wonderful things. This particular episode was not streamed on our Twitch, twitch.tv/EligibleMonster, because I am joined by 2 amazing guests.
Oh, thanks.
That's us. That's it.
It's me? Are there 2 other people coming on?
No.
You got the wrong guys.
What are the other 2 guys that kind of funny? Can
exactly.
I get Nick and Andy come out here?
Yeah, exactly.
So we are joined today by Greg, and you're not cool Greg, you're just Greg.
I'm regular Greg.
He's
I'm
regular
Greg Miller
Greg.
from Kind of Funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we got Tim
Tim Geddes.
and they are joining us from Kind of Funny. and we are going to be talking more theory crafting because you guys love theory crafting.
Hell yeah, you do.
Yes, and today's episode is brought to you by 4Hymns and Robinhood, and we'll be discussing more of that in the middle of today's episode. But let's just get right into it.
Let's do it.
I explained this a little bit to you guys. We more just discuss bullshit topics overall.
As
And
you
you know
do.
how I told you it's PG-13, so bullshit's okay.
Okay.
So you-
okay.
you-
Is
Okay.
bullshit okay? PG-13?
We consider it okay.
Okay,
It's
cool.
kind of PG-13 by our rules.
Okay.
We'll drop F-bombs every 2 minutes, and
Okay.
we're good.
It's tough.
Mm.
You know how I am. I work blue, kids.
So, okay.
I'm blue. I curse a lot if you work blue.
If you what?
Work blue.
I don't know what that is.
I'm going to grab my Sharpie pen, guys. Give me a second.
Google work blue right in front of everybody, and they'll see that I'm right. If you work blue, you curse a lot.
Do you?
Blue,
Blue
comedy
comedy
is
is
comedy that is
off.
off color.
Okay. I also want to know, because I noticed our background here. That's not my show.
Yeah.
No, this is a show that Greg does that I was actually on. I don't know if you want to mention your
You
show.
go to patreon.com/kindoffunny for $1. You get to watch a show we do called Greg's Comic Book Club, also called the Kind of Funny Comics Cast. Right now, $1 would get you something like 9 episodes of it, each an hour and a half long or so, with random awesome guests like Benny, like Chris
You only
Hanko.
invited me once, though, and I swear
Hey
you
man,
just,
it's one of it still. I want to get through
I
everybody,
swear you
right?
just doesn't
That's
want me
all.
back. I don't know what
That's
it
why I
was.
invited you back here.
Yeah,
You know
well-
what I mean? Jerk.
Well, you can't just play it up. We can't just go back and forth.
No,
on it
I
now?
love you and I hate drama. I hate it. I hate internet drama.
Are we doing a list conversation?
No list today.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
So
I want to come back for that because that's.
Are you sure it didn't go through?
I can find one of those real quick.
Oh, we can do it.
We can
So
do
it sounds like a bad time right now. Hanging out talking comics and stuff.
Did I tell you what we do with our list videos? No. We grab a list video from a very bad website. Normally, I don't know if I should name them because I don't know if you're friends with them.
IGN.com.
Well, see, that's one of them actually, but we also go to like Screen Rant and things like that.
Sure.
And we just make fun of how bad they are.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I love it.
We give them credit. Like, it
Oh, yeah, you can
You
the
did
page
it.
view.
You did
You
it.
name them.
Yeah,
you
it's
do.
just
You
look at
just
it,
rip apart
Screen
their
Rant.
work.
Whatever, but that's typically our show. But today, I thought it'd be fun to theory craft because I don't know if you're aware of this, Tim,
Mhm.
but Greg kind of likes the Spider-Man game.
I do.
It's true. It's true. So do I.
Yeah,
Very
well,
much so.
well, and so there's rumors, rumblings
Mhm.
about an Arkham sequel.
Sure.
And we already know they're going to make a Spider-Man sequel in
Sure.
20 years. So,
Oh, I think it's a lot sooner than that.
maybe 10. Is that what we're doing?
Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man 2. When do you
Oh,
how long?
No
I'm gonna
way.
be shocked if we don't see it within 2, 3 max.
3. I think
Theory?
3.
You think so?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking. I'm saying 5 at least.
No
Wow.
way.
I just
No way.
You bloody better
I
not have
wouldn't be
5
shocked if
years.
we get another
Oh,
one
God,
on
it took us
PS4.
too long to get this one.
that
I don't
would be
think it's a
shocking.
for sure thing, but I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, they got the engine. They just need to go, right?
That's
Tell
what
a
I'm saying,
story.
man. They got this.
I don't know. It just took forever to get this one.
And now we have New York. It's not like they're gonna make New York too. Newark.
What if he
York.
goes to New Jersey?
Exactly.
They ain't gonna do that.
Going
Well,
over
that brings us to-
subterranean to fight the lizard.
So okay, then let's do that. Let's theory craft. What game do you guys think that would push it to PS5? Like, I want to theory craft with you guys
Sure.
what Spider-Man 2 would be,
Okay.
and I'm curious what a PS5 version would be to
Hmm.
push it to need that, and what would a PS4 version be?
I don't think it's so much pushing to need it from like a tech aspect or whatever. It's more timing.
Okay.
Whereas if it's gonna be on PS4, which the more that I think about it, we're gonna get a sequel on PS4. Like
I think it'll be like a God of War 2
a
kind
God
of
of War 2
situation.
situation. We're back on the PlayStation 2. God of War 2 came out after PS3 came out, or
Correct.
right?
Did
butt
it?
up
It
against
did.
it.
Correct, yeah.
I don't
It
remember
came
that
out
stuff
the
at all.
March after the November release of PlayStation.
I mean,
Well,
I'm not going to
similar
quiz
thing.
you guys in your gaming knowledge because you definitely have BB.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
It's a similar thing to like Last of Us, which came out really towards the tail end.
Well, see, I know
of
that. Yeah.
PS3. I imagine that we'll get a Spider-Man 2 potentially, depending on when the PS5 is, on the PS4, and then maybe some type of remastered version. Well, we don't know what the future of video games look like. Maybe
That's the
with
other thing
cloud
too. That's
streaming
where I
and all
really
that.
go with too. Is I'm very confident that Xbox, the next time they put out a console,
Yeah.
it's going to be this machine is backwards compatible and plays these new games. And I don't put it past them saying your Xbox One also plays the new games. I think we're moving to a structure. These are just PCs now. We're
Yeah,
moving
oh,
to
yeah.
a structure that is, hey, yeah, we already have the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, the Xbox X, like
Okay.
when in like PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro. I don't know how ballsy and if PlayStation's down, but it is the same thing of it's just getting you more horsepower, just helping you render. It's just becoming PC gaming of moving sliders around. And what do you want the graphics to look like? Do you want them to be 4K and amazing, or do you want to be potato quality? Like I still feel
Yeah.
like that's how we could get to this, because it is silly in a way to think about like, cool, it's time for the PlayStation 5. So we're cutting off this 80 million install base of the PlayStation 4
Yeah.
instead just going to worry about the first million or so we're selling. You know,
And that's the thing,
where-
especially when you look at Spider-Man, it's like, while Spider-Man, I think Spider-Man 2 would be a system seller for the PS5, it's a guaranteed
It's a system seller for the
moneymaker.
PS4.
But, well, it totally is. But like you're saying, like by the time that Spider-Man 2 theoretically would be coming out, there would probably be 80+ million PS4s in the wild.
Oh, we were already there. Yeah,
What already cost 80?
you were. I mean, I think 79 was the last time Kevin gave me
Wow.
a search, and then put the chalkboard on the wall like I've asked for.
See, this is the fun part, guys, of being on their set. They have a guy they yell at. When I yell at Gary, he doesn't do anything. Their guy does stuff.
Right there, PS4 breaks 80 million units sold. This was in July 2018.
So, boy, I
Wow.
love that source it came from. Very reliable.
IGN.com.
Interesting.
Keep
So,
it
okay,
locked.
so
So
you
by the
guys,
time, maybe 100.
you guys are already kind of ruining the fun of the theory.
Sorry,
crafting
we hate
now.
you. The show sucks.
Okay,
And we'll say
so
whatever we want.
let's pretend for the sake of theory crafting.
Sure.
The PS5 is like full-blown VR with 4K
Jesus.
capabilities.
Okay.
Oh,
It's not
that'd be
going to be. If
awesome.
it is, oh my god, did I call that?
Crushed it.
Crushed
Cut to
it.
E3 2021.
Oh, I love it.
Here it is.
Full-time
PlayStation 5,
VR
full
Spider-Man
4K
game. I
abilities.
would come in the
On a
pants.
treadmill.
Ball.
Let's hope that that's
I
not
wouldn't be
Spider-Man
be able to hold myself to the
I
floor.
do not want any of that. I
Okay.
want Spider-Man 2 to be more of what we got in Spider-Man 1.
And refined. Okay.
And just refined and just kind of like let's cut the fat because there was a bit of fat, not too much of it.
Here we go. Here, you get on your
What?
soapbox about how much he hates the MJ missions. Let's
No,
go.
I wasn't. No,
Oh,
no,
no,
I'm
I
not
actually
talking
agree with you
about
on that.
Thank
I
you.
thought they were so boring.
Not talking about
I
that.
made my
though.
wife play them.
Things up.
I made my wife play them because we were streaming the whole thing for like 20 hours straight.
Yeah.
So when those came up, like, you play, I'm going to go get a coffee and take a break.
I'm gonna shut my eyes.
I'm going to take a break real quick. Okay, so the way this works is the two of you guys, Sony came to you and they said, you are the biggest fans we know, period. Okay? We are making Spider-Man 2 on PS4, and we're making Spider-Man 3 on PS5, but we trust only you guys to make it. So what is your pitch for the plot?
Spider-Man 2 and then into Spider-Man 3.
And we'll make them both, like,
Are they
consecutive.
come out at once?
Yeah, well,
No, we're-
well
okay,
PS5. Remember, it's a full VR on a ball
Oh my
thing.
god, that's gonna be that's where it gets shitty because then it's sorry, bleep. Well, if I can say bullshit, I can't say
Yeah,
just
you
the
can
S
say
word.
shitty, it's fine,
Okay,
yeah.
Oof, man, it's hard playing these PG-13 rules.
I told you we can also do like one boob of nudity. So
See, the problem with saying, all right, cool, it's going to be a VR PlayStation 5 game for a floor cable, blah, blah,
because
blah.
when I said it'd be more powerful, you both argued its existence. We
No,
can just
it's-
pretend it's more powerful.
It's not so much about the power. I don't think that matters.
Okay.
For what makes the Spider-Man games good. We're already at a point where it's like this game was beautifully realized. We don't need more.
All right, let me rephrase it. Okay, not PS5, nothing. You have to give me Spider-Man 2 in a year. So and you have to give me Spider-Man 3 in 4. So you have time to develop a whole idea.
Okay.
Does that make more
That
sense?
makes
It
a lot-
does.
plenty
It
of sense.
does.
Okay.
I want to pitch you something, Greg. Pitch you something here. Okay?
Pitch it
Just a
on
little
me.
bit
Pitch it all over
something.
my face.
They did such a good job building a new Spider-Man universe with
Sure.
Spider-Man PS4, where it's like it's not based off of the movies or the comics.
Right.
It's
Its own continuity.
They so did. It's not based on anything other than the actual
not having
Spider-Man
a
stuff.
job from a character standpoint, story standpoint, and gameplay standpoint. I feel like Spider-Man 2 just needs to do a lot more of that and not get too crazy. Just kind of stick to the formula and refine, even in a story way. Introduce more characters, flesh things out a bit more, but leave hints at the wider Marvel universe. More hints than we got from Spider-Man 1.
Well,
where
I'm
it's like,
assuming you guys know the supposed Easter egg of the Avengers thing, right? I'm assuming you guys are tracking it.
Good, West.
Apparently the mention of them being in the West Coast is
Oh.
actually a hint towards the Square game, I guess, coming out.
And that's where things can get kind of interesting, maybe, or not. On one hand, I'm like, keep Spider-Man. Like,
Yeah.
you're nailing it. You're knocking it out of the park. Don't mess this up.
Yeah.
It's hard to say mess there. But I
They
feel
don't handle not dropping F-bombs well.
Spider-Man 2, I feel, can still just build on that and like deliver on a quality Spider-Man game that doesn't need all these other factors.
100%.
I'd be okay with a couple cameos here and there. I'd even be okay with some non-Spider-Man traditionally characters being big characters in the game in the way that in Spider-Man 1, you know, there's Silver Sable and like those guys that are Spider-Man characters. I'd be okay with that level of integration of,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have
Who
a
you
great-
gonna throw out? I don't know.
It wouldn't be-
Bullseye?
No, some
Colin
more
Farrell
like,
bullseye.
Yeah.
Valkyrie's not a good example, but I'm talking about a Valkyrie level. Where
Okay.
it's not Thor, it's not Hulk, it's not the main people from
Why couldn't you have the
movie or
Hulk, though?
whatever.
What if
It could be
Spider-Man
the
2
Hulk. You
is
know what?
Spider-Man fighting the Hulk? The Hulk's on a rampage. So ultimately, you have to find him and stop him.
See, I just feel like
It's a cool
Spider-Man
mission.
2
You want?
it's a
It's a
cool
cool
mission,
mission.
but it's Spider-Man 2 is too early to get too crazy out of the Spider-Man universe.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like the Easter. I feel like I see what you're laying down. I feel like Spider-Man 2 is a traditional Spider-Man story that at the end has some kind of villain that's tying it into a grander scheme. That we get the credits and the post-credit scene setting up the fact that it was all part of the new Sinister Six that involves all. It has Dr. Doom in
Doctor
it.
Doom,
Yeah,
whatever, and also Galactus is out there, but
Wow,
maybe
that's too
not.
much. Now
But
you- now you went
but
crazy.
hints.
Now you
I
ruined
feel
it.
like
Could you imagine a level where you're just swinging up Galactus,
Sure, yeah.
trying to dodge him, like, oh!
But then Spider-Man 3, for what you're pitching, right? 4 years out is a giant. It's not. It's like Spider-Man 3: Secret Wars, right?
Mhm.
It is like the whole Marvel universe. Maybe it's not even called Spider-Man 3. That's what we lay it out on a docket, but eventually we reveal the name is Marvel Unlimited or whatever.
It's got, very female eyes.
It is a giant tie-in.
because there is
Well,
a lot of
it'll
questions
be
out
fine.
there with the Avengers game and with potential Guardians of the Galaxy game with all that.
Sure.
Guardians
they
of the
gonna
I need to hear about that one.
Yeah, there's a
Guardians
rumor
of
that
the
up
Galaxy.
north, another Square one. I would screw this one up. The Deus Ex
Deus
guys,
Ex,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So it's Eidos Montreal is rumored
Okay.
to be working on.
I've always called them Eidos.
Well, you are wrong.
Oh, I don't deny that. I also call it Ubisoft, and it pisses everyone off.
Yeah, but
Ubiquitous.
there's
Ubiquitous.
no standard word.
That is the standard. Ubisoft.
People say both.
Ubiquitous.
Ubisoft.
But yeah. That it would tie into that universe, like at the end of it, that
Yeah.
you'd see more of it. I like that idea, especially if you're planning far out and you're trying to say what could Spider-Man 3 do in 4 or I guess 5 years technically, right? That,
You're already planning the further sequels. You got
That's
the
what you
whole
wanted.
10-game franchise.
You just laid it down for
I
me,
said
man.
2 and 3 though.
Yeah,
And you're
that's what
going
I'm saying.
farther.
No,
You're
I'm
going out there.
No,
Because that's the thing is, I feel like the moment that you start getting everyone else involved, like other heroes outside of Spider-Man, like there needs to be a plan. There needs to be an MCU
Yeah,
style
100%.
plan. Games aren't movies. We talk about this all the time on our stuff where, movies take a long time to make.
Yeah.
Like movies are announced. It takes years to shoot, years to edit. It's finally out, whatever. But there is a turnaround time that can be as low as 2 years. Games are not
I think
the same
Venom was
story.
a year.
And
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah.
it shows.
Shows.
Video games, you can't make a AAA game in a year. It's just impossible.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I still don't buy that Avengers is going to tie into the Spider-Man universe. I know the Marvel Games guys are, Bill's always like, this is our Iron Man. We'll see what happens from here.
Yeah.
I'm sure that line is in there both as a joke for West Coast Avengers, but then also as a leave it open. But I still just can't imagine Crystal's working on whatever their Avengers game is, and they feel like they have to use the Spider-Man PS4 New York
But
or
I think
I see. The only reason I agree with you on that one though is Spider-Man being exclusive.
right.
And unless they're going to make all of the Marvel games exclusive to PlayStation, and they spent a ton of money to make that happen, I don't see that being.
and we already know that's not happening.
Yeah.
But I feel like if Spider-Man PS4 was their Iron Man movie-wise, Avengers, for as dumb as this sounds, could still be their Incredible Hulk, where they're being made alongside each other and they're connected, but only via very loose things. And that's when you get to eventually the Iron Man 2 is when it was like, okay, no, let's actually bring this together.
I hear you, but I still feel it'd be weird to have another New York that is their New York, but not their New York. Like the Avengers have to be in New York at some point, and not even because of
Why?
because I am a mainstream video game player. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not reading IGN. I'm not watching Kind of Funny, right?
Yeah.
And I plunk down my $60 and you get that game. You need it and want it to be iconic, right? You want to be an Avengers Tower. And I've only watched the MCU movies. You know what I mean? Like I want to get in there and experience it the way I've always seen it.
But I feel like because of the way video games work, I mean, the movies are like this as well. It doesn't need to be the exact same New York. Spider-Man's New York in the game is not this iconic video game map that is unforgettable.
I'll
There's-
never forget Uncle Ben's grave. All right,
There's locations.
I
Yeah.
still haven't found that.
you suck at this game.
No,
All right.
I looked at it once in the trophy, and I got that trophy left, and I have the crime trophy, and I have to complete the university student line,
Yeah,
and that's all I have left to get my platinum.
yeah.
And it's like,
Just go to the church all the way to the south of the map.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. It's on the other side. It's
everyone started taking selfies with it. So, I was
So
like,
like
oh.
what the financial district's north. So if you went south, southeast, in Harlem, like
He's
down
not
there.
joking
There's
when he
that
said he'll
church.
never forget it.
Yeah,
I,
that's true.
okay, southeast.
Dude,
of Harlem.
I played a lot of this game.
Yeah, but I mean, even you playing a lot of the game, I feel like the Spider-Man New York map is great, but it's not the iconic like, oh, these are the streets.
But I
in that
feel like
map.
you're locked into what that Avengers building looks like.
which I think isn't that big of a deal.
You're a goon.
Those are little details, and also,
Oh yeah, comic fans don't like little details.
No, they don't flip out over the smallest little
those
thing
are
being wrong.
easy things that aren't that the Square Enix guys can totally just be like.
And I
"All right,
also
these are
think
the
that it's just
simple
like-
rules we have to live by.
Okay, fine. Let's say you're right. Those are the simple rules you have to live by. The Avengers building needs to look like our Avengers building, all these other things. Then it's also any of the lore
Cool.
that they've
I'm
established
done.
in that Spider-Man universe. They're going to the lore.
Oh, nice.
I feel
Wicked. I don't think I needed
especially
anything else on that,
Triple
guys.
H. And not that I'm saying
That
Sonic
is
isn't
awesome.
talking to Chris.
I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause what
I
they're
just don't
saying.
think they're talking
But
on
I'm
that
enjoying
minutia
it.
level of being like,
That's Dave's there. Oh god, that's giving me some inspiration. Oh, right. Yeah. Hello, doggy. Hello. What's she doing down there? Disappearing. What are you doing, Muppet? Right. So yeah. Woo! Look at that. That head's looking a bit bulbous, but let's say he's got hair underneath. The mask, I mean, that ain't looking bad, guys. From what I'm seeing on the screen, I mean, the blow my own trumpet, which when I draw, I don't actually do that much, but I'm being funny, guys. What do you think? Let me know. Now I've put a bit of colour, well, a bit of ink on there. I almost want to do some colouring, to be honest with you. I can get this done in one day, you know. Maybe I should start doing that. Maybe I should start doing drawing and inking all in one day. Because I've got the sort of knack and the idea. But occasionally I do if it's something that's got lots of detail in, I'll take it off stream and tweak it a little bit. But I've got the hair in there. I didn't think the hair would work out that well, but I've got the hair there. Got the eye and the mask side. I've got the nose. The nose isn't looking too bad now. I've put a darker shade to it. I might put a little bit more on there. Around the lips. So what I use for the lips, guys, is I use the felt tip Copic markers and such to give it a tonal color. And then when I go to the digital side of it, I will zoom in there. And when I go to the digital side of it, I will add a little bit of shading, textures, and all sorts of good stuff there. And then we get to the neck and the shading of the area there. And then do different sides of the spider suit. And he's wearing, I will try to do a hoodie as best as I could do one. It wasn't going to be great detail, that part of him. I'm trying to keep it more cartoony because that's more of my style. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much done, guys. All it needs now is color. Color and a bit of shades. Already got the shading on there. Maybe I should add a little bit of shade now with my pencil. Just get this back where it was. Maybe if I add a little bit of shading. Where's my pencil for shading? There he is. Not that one. It's that one. Well, now I can really put some darker lines because we've already got the darkest lines that are going to be there. Add a little bit more shading here and here, like so. It does help to have that those dark lines, inked out lines. That's why I always ink, guys, because you just get a darker tone and you can just add shading now. As you can see, I'm adding shading. It's already looking a little bit better on the face. I'll just keep adding little bits here, little bits there, where I think it needs it. The light source, I suppose you could say, is coming from over here. From that side. You always got to remember where your light source is coming from, guys, because you could, I don't know, you could put a bit of shading there and then you would need it there, but it won't be there. There's a lot of noise outside. I wonder what that is. We've had, I probably know what that is actually. We've had engineers outside with our burst. What I mean, you hear banging and such, that's what that is, guys. Okay, that isn't looking bad. I might put a little bit more detail on the eye by just blotting out the, you know, when you got a pupil and then the outside of that pupil is ever slightly like, I want to say wrinkly. That's not the right word, but it's got lots of lines. That's what I'm trying to get at. Putting in the tones of the face. And I will keep all of these lines when I go to colour in. Because then is, it looks a lot better. Some shading in his ear there. Not too much. Oh my God, guys, look at that. Guys, I don't like doing faces. And to be able to do this like this, I've astounded myself. I know it's like, I shouldn't say stuff like that, but I have. I didn't think it would turn out like this at all. Let's just put some more shading in. Shouldn't play me on trumpet. But I have. And I am. Because I haven't done too badly, guys. But I still need to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section. I'm here now live, but you can leave a comment if you're watching back. And I would appreciate, guys, if you did leave me a comment. Because your input means a hell of a lot to me. Smudge that in a bit. Just trying to smudge it ever so slightly, get rid of that very sketch look. Almost charcoal it up. What I learned here as well, guys, I will take over to the digital. But then again, when I do digital work, I also learn things from there that I can adapt to the paperwork that I do. I've got to stop hiccuping. Oh, God. I've got to stop eating lettuce. I think it's that. Lettuce or the bread, one of the two. All right, let's get that back in the rug because I'm going to carry on a little bit more.
Oh, we should put this character in the game. Wait, hold on. Were they in Spider-Man? Maybe they were. Maybe they're like. And there's so many. Spider-Man does such a great job of giving you backstory and little things and collectibles that then give you a story. That I feel
not many characters though, and I think that they did that on purpose, and which is good because that helps Spider-Man feel like a smaller, more intimate New York-based thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like because Marvel Games is involved, that's an X factor that we don't really see in video games. There's not really this. I mean, in the history of things, has there ever been like a third party that kind of oversees multiple studios working on the same project across different consoles?
Yes, but not like what we're talking about. We're talking very specifically of how, you know, Bill and Mike are hands-on and they're meeting with every one of these teams, and not like that. There, of course, is DC Comics looking out for DC Comics,
Oh, yeah.
but not. I'm just being clear.
Yeah.
Not carrying, not like a universe thing. Whereas this is, I've never, unless you want to get really weird and fishy and be like, I guess like Crystal Dynamics when Square Enix Montreal, right? No, who's the one? No, it was Eidos Montreal too that did it. Who just did the Tomb Raider? This is always so confusing with the Square Studios up north.
It was Eidos.
It was
I
Eidos.
thought.
Yeah, Montreal.
So like Eidos Montreal, like I mean, Crystal
Finish
Dynamics
that one just in
overseeing
time
them
to
and
do Assassin's
making
Creed.
well, that's not even on the same team either.
No, I'm sure they're not playing.
Oh, you finished the game.
Yeah, I
see.
finished Tomb Raider like right as Assassin's Creed was dropping.
A long story short, no. There's never been a team, I don't think, like
Yeah.
this, like there is with Bill and Mike and that the Marvel Games team working between developers to maybe flesh out the entire
Yeah,
universe.
to maybe flesh out. And again, I don't necessarily think it's a good idea. I'm just like putting this out there as they could make it work. And I think especially now where with comic books and comic characters, the mainstream understands comic book characters, obscure comic book characters in a way that they never have before.
Oh yeah,
Where
the Guardians
universes-
were nobodies
Exactly.
before that movie.
But more than that, a lot of people, more so than ever before, understands the difference between the X-Men universe, the MCU.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Sony Spider-Man movies being their own thing. Everyone knows.
I will agree with you on that. The entire CW crossover this year is all about the multiverse and the Elseworlds.
Exactly.
And like that,
Multiverse is a thing people can almost.
you read comics for a while in general, so I mean, 10 years ago, how difficult would it have been to
No
explain
way.
that? Yeah.
No way.
And
This
with
is the
that,
multiverse. What is that? Aha! You got an hour?
with that, I feel like there is a easy as cop out as it is, they can make it work. Where maybe Spider-Man is dead in the Avengers universe, and Spider-Man PS4, that character and that universe exists next to the universe of Avengers, and they can make them cross over.
Oh,
when they
totally.
want to.
That's. I mean, that would solve all the problems.
So
I
we're
think
just
you're having.
multiverse everything.
If it
I
was,
feel like it's a scapegoat for too many situations, though.
well, I mean, that's literally
I mean,
what
just
Marvel
like-
is. I mean, Into the Spider-Verse is about to. If you haven't watched the CW and you don't know about the
Yeah.
multiverse in DC, you're about to really get hit in the face with 619 and all these other things.
That's true. I mean, we've hit a point where I think everyone's dabbling with the Ken people 619. That's the weird one. We don't talk about 619.
I'm sorry, that was a Rey Mysterio reference. That,
I was kidding. You're about to get hit in the face with the 619. I'm like, all right.
Rey Mysterio.
I think they're all testing it to see how accepting because also just to completely go off topic with the DCEU, everyone talking about how they're going to do Elseworlds.
Yeah.
If Into the Spider-Verse and the CW thing work, guarantee that's where they're going to go with it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be Elseworlds. And that's why they haven't said anything, because they want to see what everyone's saying about it. But let's reel it back real quick.
Okay.
Let's go.
Sorry.
You guys, I know I love the tangent. That was
Okay.
great. To talk about if it's a possibility in the crossover. But let's I got to keep putting rules and breaks in you guys. So what would you do for Spider-Man 2? If
We
it's
have
just
to-
Spider-Man, it's not crossing over. It's on the
Okay.
PS4.
We got to pick up with where we left off. Like,
Okay.
like Spider-Man. My one critique on Spider-Man PS4, and I love the game. I think it's great. Was it just played it a bit too close to the vest? You know what I mean? When Doc Ock showed up, there was that moment of like, or when Octavius showed up, there was that moment of like, holy crap, this is awesome. Is he gonna be? I hope he doesn't become Doc Ock. Oh,
Yeah.
he's clearly becoming Doc Ock. I hope he becomes Doc Ock. That's a good guy. All right, no, he's bad guy. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, cool.
We
Like,
saw this
that's,
coming.
that's fine, but it wasn't. Don't get me wrong. There's shocking moments in the game, but it was like, all right, we didn't really deviate.
Yeah.
And so to get to the end and have all those post-credit scenes and have it be, Norman walks in and we lift up and it's like, oh my God, Harry's been in there the whole time. And then to have it be the symbiote, like shoot out to the wall.
See,
and you're like,
Everyone's saying it's a symbiote.
what do you think of this?
I'm thinking it's a variation because we just had a plot with what's known as the Red Goblin. I don't know if you read that one.
I did not read it.
And it was a symbiote version of the Green Goblin, basically. So I'm wondering if it's going to be true symbiote, or are we going to get like one of those weird hybrid goblin symbiotes, or is it going to just be a goblin but with a symbiote style suit, and they got the technology from a symbiote? Enter Venom.
And for when we first beat the game, I beat it at like 4 a.m. one night, and like I was paying attention, obviously, but when we were talking about it later, I was just like, wait, I didn't see the symbiote at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's just some goblin shit.
Yeah.
And then I went back and watched. I'm like, that's definitely a symbiote. But like,
I think
I'm
there's
just wondering if they're going to throw out Venom, for the potential of just having Venom in the game.
Venom.
Like, and this is me theory crafting, but I think we are going to get Venom centric. But I think it's going to be like a Venom, like a Green Goblin Venom symbiote.
See, here's the way I would play it, right? Is that it's a video game. It's going to go on for 30 hours or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You need multiple things in it.
Yeah.
Mr. Negative and Sinister Six. Right?
Exactly. I think that what you have is, when we pick it up and however they do this, right? It is Harry waking up in the tube, being cognizant of it. The symbiote is in there and it's helping cure his disease and doing all these other things, but they're doing the injections, they eventually turn him obviously into the Green Goblin. But while he's there, he's being briefed on what Spider-Man is doing or whatever, how he's ruined his dad's thing or how this is going on. It's also seeing how Peter's taking credit for all the things we fixed in the first game, all the Harry stations that were fixed. So Harry is in there just simmering in hate as his mind being warped by the drug and whatever the symbiote's doing to keep him alive. And he's learning and vocalizing and giving off the emotion of hate about Spider-Man and about Peter. So that when he does go full goblin, these are his two people after. You also have a symbiote that also doesn't know how to deal with that. And I don't know if it's that it tries to bond with Harry after the goblin business and he's able to shake it off and not care, which then puts the symbiote on a path to attack him now, which then moves the symbiote to Spider-Man, which then the symbiote figures out it's Peter, and then we get the Black Suit Spider-Man. We get them to confront.
Oh, I would definitely go out and check out Comic Historian, guys, because what I'm listening to now is possible lore. What they're saying to me, definitely you're going to get Venom. Definitely you're going to get Miles Morales. But does that mean that Spider-Man, the main Spider-Man, is going to die? But they have retconned that in the comics to say that the Spider-Man law that Miles Morales takes over from Spider-Man, he has to die. I don't think he has. He hasn't died in the comics, and Miles Morales and Spider-Man are working together as a team. As you heard there are different things, but that's another thing altogether. We'll be doing another sketch next Monday and inking it again on Tuesday. This has been an inking and video today. We did a sketch earlier on today, so if you want to learn how to sketch and get to this point or get to the original point, then go and check it out, guys. This is the second part, the inking stage, and hopefully you have enjoyed it. I have definitely enjoyed it, and I've actually astounded myself to see how much I can actually do. I didn't think that I would get that much detail in, but it seems to work out quite well. A lot better than I thought it would, which I am super happy about. Super happy about that. I can't see anything. For my state of skill, I can't see that anything wrong with that. If you can, let me know. But otherwise, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Tune in tomorrow when we'll be colouring it in. Thanks for watching, guys, and bye-bye for now. My name's Blut084, BLUT084, Art and Games. I'm here every single day on YouTube, occasionally on Mixer, but every day and night over on Instagram. And there will be a links after the live stream if you're catching back. So don't forget to click those links, click my face or the icon that I have in effect to subscribe, and click the other links for other videos, or go up into the playlist and check them out, guys. There's loads of drawings, loads of gaming, and VR, art, and games. Check them out, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.